Hey, everybody, how are you guys doing? Salam alaikum. I hope you are fantastic. Okay, so before we get going, my name is Yusra Ishaq. I'm a health and fitness behavior change coach. I work with amazing women from all over the globe, helping them achieve their health and fitness goals. Now, a lot of people have asked me, why behavior change? Why do I coach the way that I do? But before I answer that question, I want to ask you guys something, and I want you to really be honest with yourselves, right? It's not for me, it's for yourselves. Especially if you're someone who's been trying to lose weight for a while, or whether for body size reasons, whether for health, whether you just want to feel confident in your skin, whatever the reason is, right? Or you're someone who's trying to build muscle and all of these things, right? I want you to ask yourself is, how many times have you started a journey, right? You're starting a journey and you're super hyped up, super motivated. Yes, I've got this. I can do this, right? So you start a journey, you sign up to a program, or you join a Facebook group that has a challenge going on, or a WhatsApp group, whatever, or however you do it. You're really motivated at the start, right? And you jump on, right? You start working on your meals the first week. Yeah, I'm going to make this change and that change. I'm going to start exercising like 5 days a week, right? You start to make these really cool changes, like they're really cool changes, right? You're starting to eat better, to move more. And then a week goes by, 3 weeks go by, and then suddenly you find yourself that your motivation starting to kind of die down, right? You find yourself that, you're starting to make excuses as to why you couldn't work out today, or why you haven't had your protein or vegetables today, right? Or you travel, a travel comes and you have to travel, and then you come back and you find it really hard to start the journey again. Or the in-laws come and visit, right? And then again, it throws you off, right? Because your routine gets changed, right? It throws you off, and then you find it really hard to start again. Or the kids on holidays, like right now, right? It throws a lot of us off because we are out of routine, right? So how many times, right? How many of you have experienced this, where you're starting really, really well, and then something or the other happens that throws you off? Or it could even be that you get bored. You just stop altogether because it starts to bore you, and you get bored and you revert back to your old ways. How many of us? Right? Now, when that happens, what is often the problem? Is it the program? Right? Or is it the fact that you can't stick with it? Mind you, sometimes it's absolutely the program. Like some of the programs that people sign up to makes me want to pull my hair out, because they're so unrealistic and they're so not aligned to their goals in the first place, that it makes me think, oh my God, why would anybody create this program? Okay, so sometimes it's absolutely the program. People don't sign up to the programs that are right for them, but the majority of times it's not the program. The majority of times is our own ability to stay consistent with it, right? We start to, even though we know what we should do, like I know I should really go to the gym and work out, or I really know I should work out right now at home. I really know that I should prepare this or that my meal, so that I can ensure that I eat in a way that it's aligned to my goals. We know all of these things. Logically, we know them. But here's the beautiful thing about being a human. Most of the time, we don't run on logic, mama. We do not run on logic. In fact, over the course of the day, only about 5 to 10% of our decisions are logical decisions. Majority of them are automatic, they're automated. It's habits and patterns that we do day in, day out, day in, day out. We do them so much that now we're doing them. We don't even think about doing them, but we just do them. Only a small percentage of our choices over the course of the day are based on logic, because you're creatures of habit. So you can be as motivated as you want, as inspired as you want. You can have as much willpower as you want, as much determination as you want. Right? But if you're not working on those underlying habits that are driving your existence, that are driving your experience of life, you're not going to stick with anything. Right? You're going to stick with anything, because here's the thing. The habits that we create are based on our experiences. It could be our upbringing. It could be the trauma that we may have experienced. It could be so many things. We build these habits, right, and behaviors as a way to protect ourselves, as a way to keep ourselves comfortable, as a way to provide reason towards what is going on, what else is going on in the world. Yes, baby. Okay, I'll come and make you another one, okay? Go put it aside. It's just chocolate.
Chocolate though.
Yeah, the chocolate that I put in the bread, it jumped in there, that's all.
So is the chocolate here?
Yeah. Okay, go shut the door then. Right? Mom life, right? So we create habits, not too long. Yeah. So the habits that we create are the habits to protect ourselves, right? We're creatures of habit. We like comfort and all of these things. So when you're starting a new journey, the first week your brain is going, okay, let's see how we're doing this, right? So the first week you're motivated, that motivation is driving you, right? It's driving you, you're inspired, yeah, I've got this, right? By the time you're hitting week 4 or 5, when your motivation is kind of dying down now nothing is driving you. That external driver is going away. Guess what's going to start driving you? Your habits, the things that you've built over time, right, to keep you comfortable. Now your brain is going, come on, Yusra, it's been 4 weeks. Aren't you tired of always focusing on food? Like, aren't you tired of exercise? Like, the kids are off school. Just take a break. Take a bit of a break. Just relax a little bit. Let's get back to the comfort. Just rest. You don't have to work so hard, right? Your brain is trying to pull you back to, okay, now you've tried your thing. Let's get back to what you know now. Come on. It's been a bit too much, because our brains haven't evolved ancestrally. If our ancestors went to a place that they were uncertain, that was new, they would be killed by animals. Our brain hasn't evolved. So even when we start something new, without changing those underlying drivers, the thinking processes, right, the mindset, you're not going to be able to stick with that long term. And this is why we see people starting and stopping and starting and stopping and starting and stopping, because they will always revert back to what's comfortable. And the only way they're going to be consistent with this new thing that is slightly uncomfortable is if they challenge those old habits and patterns of behaviors that don't serve them anymore. If you think about it, your behaviors and habits are grounding you. That's how we spend our days, through habits. You wake up in the morning, you go shower, you have your tea, you go to work, you do what you need to do, you come home, you're with the kids, you make dinner. Those are routines that you've created over time. They make life easy. They make life simple. You know them, right? The body you're in, even if you're uncomfortable with it, you know it. It's what you know. So you're staying in that discomfort, even though you hate it, but you stay there and you make excuses to not change it because it's the devil you know. It's what you're familiar with. Maybe you may not be comfortable with, but it's something that you're familiar with. And familiarity is what we crave. That certainty. It's like, look, I know it's not great, but I know what to expect. So that's calming my mind. When we try something new, there's so much uncertainty there that we don't know what to expect. So we do, even though the result of that could be amazing, but because we don't know what to expect, we just stay here. So if you think about your habits and behaviors, they're the ones driving your existence, your experience of life. Everything else is on top of that. Now, what I see a lot of people do is they try to change everything else. They try to change the top of the pyramid, the nutrition and the exercise, right? But the bottom of the pyramid is untouched. And as a result of that, when that external driver, when the motivation dies down, guess what? They revert back to their old ways. Like I have athletes who are doing really, really well, subhanAllah, right? But we're all human. Like you could be really, like you may have experienced this. You could be doing amazing. And then there's somebody, and you know, you're eating well, you're exercising, you're losing weight, right? You're feeling amazing. And then there's somebody goes, have you gained weight? Right? That one comment that somebody tells you, somebody who doesn't live in your body, they make that comment and it starts to doubt everything that you do. It starts to doubt every feeling that you have about yourself. That is also a habit that we have. Allowing other people's opinions to impact our experience of life. That is also a habit that we have. And we see this all the time. You can do amazing things. 100 people can compliment you, but the one person who gives you a bad compliment or a negative compliment, that's the one you're going to stick with, right? It's human nature. And unless we change that, nothing else is going to change. Now, a lot of you have been in programs before, right? Programs that you haven't succeeded, that you failed, that you invested in, that you haven't gotten results. Now, when you start a new program, after the motivation dies down, like I said, the mind is going, come on, you're going to fail the same way as you failed in the other programs. What makes you think this time is going to be any difference? Because now in your head, in your mind, you have a library of evidence of all the things that you did wrong, huge, of all the things that you did wrong, of all the things that didn't go right. Right? So now, when the motivation dies down, when the coach is not in front of you, right? When your trainer is not there, we start to make excuses, and the brain, the mind opens up that library. See, you've done this before. You always start and stop. What makes you think you're going to succeed again? Come on, you're a failure. Right? You're this, you're that. We start to believe those reasons. And that belief system is then going to drive our behaviors. If you believe you can't do it, if you believe that you're going to fail the way you've failed before, how much effort do you think you're going to put in? Do you think you're going to behave powerfully in a way that's aligned to your goals? No. You are going to behave in a way that confirms your beliefs. Every single time. You are going to behave in a way that affirms your belief system. So the first thing, if you really want to stay consistent with your journey, understanding that it's going to be challenging, you're going to have ups and downs, you're going to have moments where you're not going to want to do it. Moments where motivation is not even going to play a role. You can't depend on motivation. When your coach is not going to be there, when you're not going to be in an environment that is convenient for you, you're going to have those moments 100%. And the only way you're going to stay consistent in those moments is by building a strong foundations, by building strong habits, by being able to challenge your thinking, because how you think will lead to how you feel, and how you feel will lead to your behaviors. If your thought process is going, I can't do it, I failed before, why would I want to try again, you're going to have certain feelings about that. Go, yeah, you know what, I'm incapable. You know, you're starting to feel like a failure, and your behaviors will kind of reflect that feeling every single time. People, they message me, I want to lose weight. I'm like, great, what have you tried? I started drinking lemon water in the morning. Why? Because I saw it on Instagram, right? Or I started having apple cider vinegar. Why? Because my auntie told me it's going to help me lose weight. Or I started having the chia seeds with water. Why? Because social media told me, right? It blows my mind, but I don't blame you, because that's what the industry wants from us, to invest more and more on crap, waste more and more money on programs and regimens that will not give us a single result, instead of actually focusing on the things that are going to give you results. And ultimately, everything we do in life is grounded in our behaviors. Everything that we do in life is grounded in how we feel, and that is going to be grounded in the thought processes that we believe. You're going to think 1,000 things. You can't change how you think or what you think about, but you can change your relationship to those thoughts. You can choose to not believe them or to believe them. Right? We sit in the feeling of our thinking, not in the feeling of the reality. We sit in the feeling of our thinking because we end up believing our thoughts. The thought that's telling you, come on, you can't do it. This is too hard. What makes you think you're going to do this? It's too much money, right? You just pause for now. You can do it when you come back from holidays, and this and that. All of these reasons that make logical sense to us, right? They make perfect sense to us. Right? They don't even seem like excuses. We believe them. Why? Because we are craving the comfort. So we give ourselves a way out so we don't have to go into the discomfort every single time. And this is why people start and stop, because it's not about the nutrition. Nutrition is easy to do. You see it. When life is easy, you can stick with things. You can eat well, you can exercise, whatever. How do you show up when life is stressful? Do you eat the same way? No. Right? Do you behave the same way? No. Do you talk to your kids the same way? No. Do you talk to your husband the same way? No. Because even how we react to stress, respond to stress, is a behavior that we have. Right? So whatever you want to achieve, if you want to achieve something consistently, especially when it comes to your health and wellness and mental health and physical health, it's grounded. You need to start first changing the underlying behaviors that are rooted by your thinking processes. By your thinking process. The human body, Islamically, we know this, right? Islam emphasizes on three things: the mind, the body, and the soul. You can't work on the body if your mind is all over the place, right? And you can't work on the mind if you don't have any type of spiritual grounding. You need to believe in something. And for us, it's Allah, subhanallah, right? So we work with these three entities that makes a human being. When one of them is lacking, the other ones don't work. So don't kid yourself to think, oh, I need to lose weight. All I need to focus on is nutrition and exercise. Nope. Because you can do that for a short period of time, but eventually you're going to stop and give up. Until you're motivated again, you're going to try again for another few weeks until you're demotivated and get bored and give up. Until someone comments about your body again, which is going to motivate you to start something else, until you get bored and give up. It's a start and stop and start and stop. Why? Because your foundations are broken. You can't build a strong house on a poor foundation. It's not going to work. Okay? And that is why I work with behavior change. Do I coach people on nutrition? I'm a geek with nutrition. Alhamdulillah. Like, I'm a geek with nutrition. I'm a geek of exercise. I have those qualifications. Absolutely. But that's the easy part. It's easy for you to eat in a way that is serving your goals, right? When you know how to handle the stresses of life. When you're not going to emotionally eat every time your husband says something, or your kid is sick, right? Or you have deadlines at work, or you're stressed, right? Nutrition and exercise is the easy part. It's everything else around that. It's you and how you show up and how you think and how you handle people and how you handle relationships. That is a problem with a lot of us. But sadly, that is a part that a lot of us ignore. We just think we need to do more. We need to have more willpower, more determination, more this to get results. Heck no. It's the fact that we need to know how to handle life. We need to know how to manage stress. We need to change the underlying patterns of behaviors and thinking processes that don't serve us. Because when we can change those things, the output is easy. The doing becomes easy. Okay, I hope this landed for you. If it did, I'd love to hear your comments. And this is going to go up on YouTube, inshallah. Feel free to share with whoever you know who you think it may serve. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. And if you're interested in any of my programs that I run, feel free to message me and we can have a conversation about that. Okay, Assalamu alaikum.